Hello everybody and welcome back to the survival world. So right now I'm in a brand new area that I've been working at, and this is something that we're going to be working on in just a second because there's still lots to do here. But before we do that, I want to head back to the base and tell you guys about a few things. So first of all, I built up this thing right here, and I just want to say that I'm so excited for all the new update stuff. This was from the 1.15 update, but I haven't really done much with it yet. But I decided to go on a big exploration, and I found some beehives. I brought them back, and now we have this little setup here, and they're really cool. It's been really fun collecting all the honey and honeycombs, which I have right here. And another one that's coming up is the Nether update, and I'm super excited to see what all that will bring. So far there's been some pretty awesome stuff, and it just seems like a really cool update. So the next thing that happened is I jumped up about 100 subscribers in just 2 days, and it's all thanks to a guy named Lucer, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. But he's a Turkish YouTuber, he's pretty huge, and he mentioned me in a video where he was using my item sorter design. It was just truly insane the impact that video had, and I'm just glad that the item sorter design was useful. So I'm going to start collecting all the materials we need for that cave I showed at the beginning of the video, but just by the way, for anyone who's new here from Lucer's video, this is my item sorter. You saw the one that he built up in his video, and so mine, you put in all the items right here, and they travel through this whole system, and I actually have every single item in the game, at least every single thing from 1.14 and lower, throughout all these chests, and as the items travel through, they fill into any spots they can. And so that's the way mine works. I also have this storage down here, so whenever one of these spots gets full, I'll actually take it out of here and either toss it into the hopper or put it into the barrel, and then I have more spots for those items to flow into later, and they just end up getting stored down here. Let's see if we actually have any in any of these. There we go, we have some iron here. And so that's the way that my item sorter works. I also have this, because since the item sorter doesn't work with non-stackable items, I actually put them all just in this middle section here. And so that's my item sorter. And so I'm going to collect all those materials, but the one final thing I want to mention is that Hermitcraft Season 7 actually started, and that's definitely a huge motivation for working on this video, and I'm really excited to see what everyone does on that, and so far it seems pretty awesome. So this shouldn't be everything, but this should be a good amount to get started. But can anyone guess what I'm going to be doing? As if you haven't guessed, in one of my previous videos I said we were going to build up a house for our little slime pet named Squishy, and so that's actually the materials and the cave and everything. That's what we're going to use to get started on a little house that should be really cool and a lot of fun for this guy right here. And these bees are acting a bit strange. It's quite fun having them just roam around, but I think they sometimes get lost. So the slime cave is located right off the base, and if you go past this river, it's actually this cave entrance right here, and I have this beacon set up to dig out the area. But if you go down into here, you go down a little ways, and then you get to the actual main room. And so this is where we're going to be building the little living area for our slime. And one thing I want to show you, which I'm super excited for, this is just one thing I put in so far, is I have a water slide set up, so that water slide goes all the way there, and it goes down a little ways down to here. And so I want to start work on that. So for that, we're going to need the blue concrete. So pretty much the goal of this area is to have a safe place for the slime to stay at, somewhere we don't have to worry about it getting into trouble. And one thing I was thinking about is what type of fun stuff we could have in here without it getting hurt by anything, and I thought one of the safer things was the water slide, because there's no real fall damage associated with it and it seems pretty safe. I just hope they can't drown in any way, but they bob on top of the water, so I think it should be alright. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to outline the whole water slide in blue concrete, and hopefully we have enough to get this all done, and that's just to make it all look nice. And then we're going to go through and put some blue glass up on top with some light sources above it to make a cool lighting effect as you go down the water slide. But this is one thing I've tested out that I think should be really fun and cool. I think this is kind of funny, but anything I don't collect, it just gets washed down the water slide right down here, and it's all collected for me. I'm actually going to disable the haste beacon we have set up, just when I'm breaking that stone it's actually too fast if we have haste too. So I just ran out of blue concrete, but this is how it's looking so far, and honestly it's looking a bit ominous, but we haven't added in the light sources yet, so that should definitely make it look better. What I'm going to do is head back and grab some blue concrete. I guess actually first we could try to set up, I need to grab some sea lanterns anyway, but we're going to add in those light sources and get the rest of the area covered in blue concrete. So I'm pretty sure that I got this water slide all finished. This is the top of it, completely coated in blue, and if we head down here, the bottom is finished as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole water slide, but I'm going to speed it up, because the water slide is actually super slow, and the slimes go through it, it's a bit faster. But it's a pretty nice little ride, so I'll speed it up so you guys can see it. so that water slide should definitely be a whole lot of fun. And here's what else I've been working on, and so that's just the lifting system to get up to the second story of the cave system, and that's this area right up here. I also added the drop down spot, so there's a way to get up there and a way to get back down. And one thing I'm really checking with these two systems is that they're 100% safe, because a baby slime only has something like a heart or half a heart of health, so any type of damage at all is pretty bad. Just trying to make sure that it's 100% safe. And so what we're doing really well now is getting in a lot of the big systems, things that you need to have planned out. The water slide, we definitely need to think about where that's going to go. We also got the elevator and the drop down spot, but now what I think I want to do is work on one of the most important things in here, and it requires all the ingredients I'm grabbing right here. And so what I'm going to be building should fit perfectly into the play area, which is this little hubule right here, with the elevator up to the second story and the water slide. And so I think I'm going to build it right into this wall. So what we need for that is just the observer, and I think I'm going to go digging right into here. So we got to place down that observer like this. Then we need our clay block down right on the floor right here. And then we want to place a note block. That's not a note block. Actually, we don't need to place the note block at all. We want to place the clay down there, and then we want to place the note block on top of that. And so far it's going pretty good. We need to get back out of here and seal the whole area up. So I'm going to sneak right underneath this slab and seal that all up. We want to make sure to actually leave air gap above the note block. So fill all that in. I guess we could put a stone right there. Yeah, that looks fine. And then we need 2 levers, both here. And it's almost done. All we need now is a string like this. And there it is, the most important thing in the entire cave. So I changed it to a slightly higher pitch to make it a little more irritating, actually I mean fun, and so now let's work on the next thing. So for the next thing we need to head upstairs through the slime elevator, and I should be able to pop right in like that. Then we need to go up here, and we're actually going to be working on a bit of a nesting area, and so this is a design my brother made, and we're both working on, and I think it's a really funny one. That should be perfect. And so I'm going to start off by making a little bed right here. I think it goes something like that. Actually, no, yeah, that's fine. Then we want some carpet down at the bottom. We'll place some more slabs both here and put those up. Then we need some dark oak slabs that go on top, and that is it. We now have a nice little area to crawl into, and I think we'll actually add in a few more of these, because one plan I have is to expand on this area and to add in a few more slimes. We're going to start off with just Squishy, and then we'll get him some friends later on. And this area is looking very lovely, but one thing I still want to work on is the light sources for this area. So I want it to be a pretty soft light so the little guys could take a nap, but I also don't want it to be mob spawnable, because then we might have a creeper or something pop up in here, and if I come in to visit them, that could obviously be pretty disastrous. And so I'll check all that 100% and make sure it's all safe. But I think we could do some nice stuff with having just a soft little light in here and making it look just really nice. And so I think this is going to be the style of the cave. It's pretty bright, colorful, and playful, but that's how I want it to look. And so we have our little kind of nesting area, a little sleeping area for the slimes, and I tried to get it pretty dim, but the whole area is 100% spawn proof, which is really important. And we added some slime up on the floor. I actually think we should add some more back here. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to make it just look completely covered in slime. That's not what I'm going for. But I think this is definitely a good start, and this is kind of what we're going to expand as we work down here. I'm trying to keep it pretty well maintained, but kind of follow this theme of just bright colorful green and some color going through the whole cave. After actually thinking about it for a while, I'm not so sure about the bright colors, so what I'm going to try is actually taking this out. We're going to keep in a lot of these slime blocks, but what I want to try is a more natural cave theme. So that's stuff like leaves and other mossy rocks, stuff like mossy cobblestone, things like andesite. We'll try adding in those, and I think we'll decide which one looks better, whether we want kind of the more bright, playful green blocks of the lime green and the slime, or a more natural one and kind of what I think would be the better looking one. We gotta see how it looks. I'm gonna add that all in and show you what it looks like after that. So this is how the transformation turned out, and I think I do like this theme quite a bit better. There's probably some room for improvement, maybe some more texturing we could do, or maybe some other stuff, maybe throw in some buttons, that always helps out. But I think this is actually looking pretty nice. You guys could definitely let me know which one you thought looked better, whether it's the more natural one we have right here, or the more colorful concrete one. But I think for now I'm going to stick with this theme and we're going to build off this. I just think this one's a bit cozier, and I do quite like the way this one looks. I wanted to do another progress update before we got too far ahead, but I think this area is really coming together well. I'm really liking these leaves, which is actually a technique I learned from Lucer's video. I was watching that and I loved what he did in the item sorter room with the leaves coming down from the roof. And I actually might want to do a bit more of what he did where he had some andesite slabs up on top too. It really looked pretty amazing, and that's something I want to add into this. But this is how it's looking so far. I'm going to work on adding more texture and just kind of making the whole area look pretty nice. And one thing I'm actually working on is collecting vines, that way I could place those around here. Those are a bit tricky since they always seem to grow around. And then after that, I'm just going to work on some of the more things in here, stuff like this guy right here, that we could add in to make the area a bit more fun. I think this should do it for the overall texturing. One other thing I was working on is all the light sources. I'll go through and make sure it's all spawn proof, but I got rid of every single torch in here and replaced it with either glowstone in the wall like this, or in the floor like this one. And now what I'm going to do is go grab more resources, and we're going to work on a few little things that we could put in here. Well, I just collected a whole bunch of goodies and it's time to get this area decorated. The first two things we need are these birch trapdoors, and we're going to go over to the playing area to make a little house. I think this is a nice spot for the house. All we need to do is place down a trapdoor like that, and one on the other side, and then we need the back trapdoors like this. And then we need a front trapdoor, and I think we'll put the actual door right here, so that's the opening. And all we need to do is put that sandstone stair up on top, another one here, and that's our little house all ready to go. So that little slime could bounce right in here and he has a little place to hide. And so the next thing I want to do is place in some bright colorful blocks in here. So I think we could place in a mushroom block right here, maybe another one right back here, and then I want to add in some of this plushy green wool to make a little playset. So there's the simple little playset. It's not too tall, so it shouldn't be dangerous at all, but they should be able to hop on this and hop all around. I think that should be pretty fun. So now I just hopped back up into the little sleeping areas. I want to decorate this area a bit more. So let's add in a few little paintings to add some color to the place. Let's do it like this instead. That's a good one. I want to add in one more. Yeah, that looks fine. And the next thing I want to add is another little hiding area, and I think we could add in a little composter just like that. Hopefully the slimes could get in and out of this, but I think that should be a really fun one. And right down here I'm going to add something pretty expensive. I think we could add in some diamond door down at the lower part. I think that'd be a nice touch. So I think I'm going to keep adding in little things just like I've been showing you, and once it's all finished I'll show you how it turned out, and then we could bring the slime over to stay here. So I just finished the whole area and it really does look pretty great, so let's go on a quick tour. So to start off, at the main room of the entire cave we have kind of our hangout area, and here we have a little bath or a little pond for the slimes to go in. We also have this guy which watches over the slimes when I'm gone. We have some natural terrain, and right over here we actually have a food spot, so if the slimes step on this, they'll either get a carrot or a cookie. Then we also have the entrance to the water slide which goes down to an area down there. And we also have the exit spot of our second story area. I think that's pretty much everything in here. In the next room over here we have our playroom, so we have some pressure plates to step on, we have a little slide around area, we have a little toy house for them to go in, some colorful blocks and some stuff to jump around on. We have this guy right here which plays a little tune, and we also have the elevator up to the second story. But before we go to the second story, we also have the water slide which ends up down here, and down here we have some diamonds for the slimes to show off to their friends. We also have this little entrance that goes up to the playroom, and this area I really like the look of with the water flowing in. Now let's head upstairs up the little water elevator we have right here, and that takes you to the little lounge area, the area for them to take a nap or just to rest in, kind of a more peaceful area. We have these little spots for them to hide in, and we have some bookshelves so they could read a book even if they wanted. We have some nice paintings along the walls, the same natural terrain through the entire thing. We also have the down spot and the elevator right here, and there's another little bed for them to rest on, and overall it's just a nice little spot for them to go to. And so I think that's our whole slime house all finished. I'm super proud of this one, and I think that our little slime will love it. So let's go bring him over. That might be a bit tricky. I'm going to be super careful though, but we'll bring him over by boat, bring him into here and see how he likes it. So I'm actually a bit confused on how we're supposed to do this. We had the slime way down here, kind of underground in our real base, and then if we go over here, we have the entrance to the cave that we're trying to bring him to. And so I'm not sure if we should do it by minecart or by boat and maybe have some water elevators. I think this is going to be pretty tricky. I'll be super careful, but once I get him over there, I'll bring him in the cave and we could both see how much he likes it. And how did a bee get all the way down here? The whole bee nest is way outside. I think my plan is to put this guy into the boat. We'll dig out a hole right here, lift him up by piston until we get to ground level, then take him over to the river, then probably lift him back up once we get to the hill where the cave entrance is. Or maybe we could just dig a spot straight through the hill from the river. We'll do something like that, but I'll check back in once he's there. Okay, I know I said for the second time that I would check back in once we get to the cave, but look at how cute he looks. I cannot believe we made it all the way here. All we need to do is get him out of the boat safely. The scariest part of the entire journey was getting him through just this part right here. Because if you back up into a block with a mob in your boat, it could actually suffocate it in the wall even though it's just sitting in the boat. And I was terrified that would happen. But we got him all in, so we're going to repair all the damage we did to everything. And we just got to get him out of this boat. So I want to be super careful. I'm going to turn on hitboxes. So there's his hitbox, we can't hit that one. All we could hit is the boat, so I'm going to hit it right on the edge. And that's just terrifying. Try to get him out. And there we did it. And we actually got him here. He's in the cave. This is awesome. He's running right at me. Oh yeah, I forgot baby slimes try to attack you. That's so cute. Okay, all we need to do now is get this whole area repaired. I think you should really love it here. So the whole area should be safe, and I'm actually trying to figure out where the... Oh, he actually scared me. I'm going to try to run away and we can watch to see what he wants to do. So now we got an overhead view. Let's see what he gets up to. Oh, he's in the pond. This is literally adorable. Okay, he actually loves the pond. Look at him. Now he's talking to the little supervisor we have over here, and I love this cave. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I promised to make a house for our little slime pet, and that's what I did, and I love the way this area turned out. I wouldn't mind living here even if I wasn't a slime. I think we'll watch a little bit more and see what else he gets up to. But I think that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time, and see you later. Oh my god, he just got a cookie.